volunteer community, Minority Purchasing Council has a very small staff, and that volunteer community really makes the fair a success. And it's just a world of talent throughout this state that comes together to make this thing a success. As JLawson pointed out, they had over 370 booths last year, and we've been challenged by last year's leadership to try to exceed that. And of course, the more booths we have, the more opportunities there are for partnerships to form or for trade to take place and for the minority businesses to benefit from the exposure they get this fair.
Mr. Lawson, would it be correct to say that that members of the board of directors for the Tennessee Minority Purchasing Council generally are made up of some of the more prominent businessmen throughout the general Middle Tennessee area? Would that be correct statement?
That'd be very correct in saying
and
that.
Let's talk about that.
We have board members from major corporations like TVA, Nations Bank. We have most of the banks represented on our board, Northern Telecom, just to mention a few. We have corporate partners like Mercedes-Benz, and so not necessarily on the board, but we have those kind of relationships. And what is really good about our board of directors is they're not on that board just to say they sit on that board.
Good, very good.
Every board member works very hard to make this program work in one way or another. And I'm proud to work with the group of executives that are on that board and the community they represent, because it comes with genuine commitments.
Very good. Mr. Cook, when we look at the business opportunities that are provided by the fair, I think we get into this whole question of whether or not there is a real commitment on the part of many people in terms of providing opportunity for minorities, women, small businesses, and et cetera. Let's have you to speak to that. I think overall people have generally looked at it in terms of affirmative action, but from your perspective and from the perspective of Union Planters Bank, what does it mean to be able to have a diversified workforce from that perspective? Let's talk about it.
Well, clearly it is important to the economy of this state and to this Middle Tennessee region to have industries, regardless of the ownership, prosper. Because as they prosper, the whole region prospers, and businesses, and particularly small businesses, are those that provide the greatest number of jobs. I mean, we hear a lot about the big employers here in town, but if you took all those big employers, the employment base they represent wouldn't come close to the number of people that work in small businesses. And most of those small businesses, or many of those small businesses, are minority owned or you know, are owned by entrepreneurs. There are many women that own businesses, and it's important for them, I think, to have the support of the financial community and the larger businesses to get the exposure to the quality of the merchandise that they can produce and sell.
Very good. Mr. Lawson, when you look at the Middle Tennessee area, and especially when you look at Nashville, I think we find that there are a number of things that are happening in this area. The construction of the arena, for example, the construction of the Bicentennial Mall, and et cetera. What are some of the things that you can say to persons who might be somewhat reluctant to become involved in business this morning? What are some of the prospects that you can point out to them this morning?
Well, I was talking with someone in East Tennessee this morning about approaches to specifically focus on small business opportunities in Middle Tennessee. And although both Charlie and I and others recognize that a Columbia HCA is an example, they come along once in a lifetime, and they bring a lot to the table. What is often overlooked is the secondary business market opportunities that exist from that kind of relocation. And I think that another example was Saturn, and to look at all of the small business opportunities that cropped up because of the Saturn plant, the Nissan plant. Those opportunities are here in Nashville with the healthcare industry. And somebody, and I don't know how accurate it is, and I think the numbers are still coming in, say that there's $1 billion business potential that is there over the next 5 to 10 years for somebody to capitalize on. And that's a tremendous, tremendous opportunity.
And so all of these come from opportunities that are available in the, excuse me, Middle Tennessee area.
That's correct.
For business persons to become involved. Mr. Cook, in terms of the 15th Annual Minority Business Opportunity Fair that will be held on the 23rd and 24th of August, what are some of the prospects in terms of establishing booths in this area? I mean, what would you say to people about what will happen on those 2 days in downtown Nashville?
Well, we have sent out 10,000 of these folders announcing the fair, and included in this folder is information about how to secure a booth. Those booths can range, and anybody that's been to a trade fair has seen them. They can range from something that's probably 10 by 10 to double and triple size booths, depending on the wares that people want to display. And we would hope that we can exceed the 3,000 participants that came through last year by having more and more people come into these booths, and there will be representatives of each of the firms that have those booths in place will be there to do business on the floor of the convention hall.
And so, Mr. Lawson, we're saying that if a person is a small business person, that he or she now has an opportunity not only to work with the Lawson Group or Union Planters Bank of Middle Tennessee, but Nissan, Toyota, and all of those other large corporations that ordinarily they wouldn't have an opportunity to come in contact with. Is that what we're saying in reference to this fair?
That's correct. And there are a couple of other events that we don't want to overlook. Every year we try to provide a seminar opportunity that keynotes or keys in on specific technical assistance type issues. And this year we'll have two of them. One is dealing with thinking outside the box and establishing partnerships, how a small business, a minority business, can work with a larger corporation in a partnership arrangement to learn and grow and be nurtured. And we think that's very, very important. It's this kind of service that is being offered to those who want to take advantage of the Business Opportunity Fair. And it's these kind of relationships that produce business.
Now, these seminars are free to those persons that are members of the Tennessee Minority Purchasing Council, as well as those persons who purchase tickets? Or
That's correct. And like the space fills up fast, and if anybody has any questions about the seminars, about whether they're full or not, they need to call the council office as soon as possible.
And we've got about 10 or 12 days before the 23rd of August for this conference, and so there's plenty of time still, well, not plenty of time, Mr. Cook, but there is still time for those who would like to become involved.
Yes, and we would encourage those who would like to become involved to call the Tennessee Minority Purchasing Council, or they can call me for that matter, and we'll certainly get them connected so that they can participate.
Very good. Now, and last year you had how many people participate in this conference? You say many booths available for this conference?
Yeah, there are plenty of booths available. We had over 370 booths last year and over 3,000 participants. I think that even as important as the numbers are, and we want to expose this to as many people throughout the region, because we had representatives from Georgia, we had them from the East Coast. I think we even had 1 or 2 people come in from Texas and Florida. The trade fair is very well known in the region, and last year's numbers made us the largest fair of this type in the nation. And that says a lot, not only for the value of the fair, the Tennessee Minority Purchasing Council and its partners like Charles Cook and Johnny Hayes with TVA, but it says that we've got the climate here in Tennessee, the right business climate that is very productive for small business development. And we're really proud of that.
And of course, Mr. Cook, when you talk about partnerships, how is it that Union Planters decided to become a partner in reference to this activity?
Well, Union Planters has a record of community participation, and this is one of those that we feel very strongly helps encourage growth and development of businesses here, and as we try to gain